It's been hot as you know what where I live, and it's not looking to get any cooler anytime soon. So if I want to finish this boat, I just have to endure the heat a little bit. Buddy's coming over. We're going to do the creating a template for the sponsons to box all this in. I'm going to use the plans partially, and then after radius one side of it per my design, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. So I'm going to work out on creating some templates. Some templates for the sponson. Since my bottom bracket came out so far, my original design, I wanted to create a lower bracket that came out here that worked with the angle. So you're going to have that piece that's going to come up through here per the design. That's going to be a triangular shape that goes from this corner to that corner and then goes up to this corner, and creates a triangular shape creates a lot of rigidity. So we're going to go with that, along with, since I created this curve here, and the whole reason we extended this out was to have this nice flowing curve. And I've got 3 mil okume plywood that's very flexible that I'm going to lay in here. I'm going to chamfer this edge a little bit so it lays in here, tucks in nicely against this edge like this pencil, and then it'll lay on top here, I believe. I think that's my design. So fill in here really nicely, but it'll have this interesting shape that comes up, and this will be curved as well, and then this will fit into it. But because the okume that I'm going to put in the curved area is very thin, I think I need to put a brace piece in here, maybe from the center line here to come out, and then have that angled the same as whatever this is right here coming up. So I'm going to have 2 angles coming in here. I'm going to have this angle coming out, and I'm going to have this angle going up. I want to do maybe a little bit of sanding in here as well. No one's ever going to see this again, but I do want to, knock this down a little bit so I can lay some glass in here. Resin all this in, epoxy the corners, figure out this piece, figure out this curved piece, build a brace on the inside. So that's a lot. That's a lot to do here. And then we have to mimic it on the other side as well. So as I showed in the intro, we'll create the piece that goes here, the triangulated piece. It's on all Tango skiffs for the design. If I want to do a stiffening bracket or a piece that goes in here to help give this, as it's going up on plane, I just want to create some more stiffness. Because although I'm going to glass all this in, this 3 mil piece of okume, I don't know how strong it's going to be. So I want to do 2 things. I want to do this layout. I want to get the template going, and then I want to mix up some epoxy, and I want to coat this whole area back here and give it a good soaking, and then maybe even lay up some glass so I can figure out. So if I want to put it here in the center, figure out my angle, lock that in, and there's my angle of my transom to my sponson. I'll take that, transfer that, there we go. We can nip that off. See about our elevation. Get that situated in there. Get our full length mark where we want to go. Whoa now. So we'll get our transom mark, I'll cut that, and then I'll get my full length mark back here, and then we'll get something that, it's going to be straight or angled or whatever it is. So let me cut this off. Up in here. There's that. Alright, so I got some cardboard and some templates. We're going to see what we can do with it. So I got myself a stiffener. Oh, I had this balsa wood inside. Put that balsa wood on here to give this a little rigidity. Recap, made a template right here. It's going to go up to right there. We'll see how it goes. So I'll make this out of wood, and then we can measure up our piece that we back cut on. And now that we know where we want this, we also know our line, which is going to be right on that top line right there. I want to transfer this to wood first, then I'll get this in here to where I want my final shape, and then we'll come back in here and cut this piece out, and we might be able to flip it over, back cut it, and use the same piece. We'll have to see. So